Yeah, I mean, Jasmine Crockett, Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett has been receiving a lot of backlash, and especially from Laura Loom, and she has called her such profanities, and that it's just amazing sometimes that where politics has gone to, and it shouldn't surprise us, and yet it still does. For me, I mean, it's gone to a whole different place, and my kids sometimes like is this the way politics is supposed to be? I'm like, no, nothing that you're seeing is normal and how it should be. But talk about what Jasmine Crockett just said. What you just heard as far as the vote for the Charlie Kirk, whatever that they was trying to do. The amount of people who supported it, the amount of white people in particular that supported it, and some of the backlash that she's received.
Sure. So again, appreciate you guys having me. Here's what I will say to it. She is her dialogue with CNN in that discussion was honestly microcosmic of the reaction that we saw from the United States and a large portion of the electorate that was split largely along racial lines. Because from what I saw, whether it was Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, etc., you saw a lot of black folks saying, like, look, you don't have to mourn the guy. He came after me. He came after people that look like me. Why? I'm not celebrating it, but why should I give a damn what happened? And then a lot of, I would say, middle of the road, predominantly Caucasian, liberal, centrist creators would say this is terrible and we need to do everything possible so this never happens again. And they really like, which is partially true, but they just really couldn't understand like the full scope and why people reacted in a strong way in the way that they did. And it's indicative of the communities that he attacked. Like, yes, he would go after, um, liberals and he would go after trans people, but he predominantly went after black folks
Mm-hmm.
and Muslim people and going after Zoran Mamdani and going after the WNBA over and over and over again, going after Simone Biles, calling LeBron James low IQ, which, by the way, was my first introduction to Charlie Kirk because I had no idea who he was until like 2019. And as we know, when a white person does not have the wherewithal and understanding to really dissect how they feel about an individual and they placate to racial tropes for
Mm-hmm.
their audience, it's
Mm-hmm.
fairly obvious what you're saying. It's a complete dog whistle.
Right.
And as he's attacking the Civil Rights Act, right?
Yeah.
I then
Or
point to
attacking, calling for it to be abolished,
calling
saying
for
it
it
was
to
a
be
great
abolished.
mistake,
And then I'm
not
looking
calling
at
for a
this.
tweak.
Right. Saying that it was a mistake and it shouldn't happen. And then we're talking about Jasmine Crockett, who's a literal civil rights attorney.
Well,
It just can't get more glaringly obvious that her criticisms are valid. And the reaction, once again, falls by the wayside and falls completely short, predominantly from people that look like Dave and I, because they just cannot see it. They can't put themselves in another person's shoes.